Good evening. My name is Kendra Cobb, and this is Social Work Class 640. I am currently sharing my screen on the group practice analysis presentation, the infographic for the class Advanced Social Work Practice Skills with Professor Shaniqua Lennon. So I have my infographic here to present. And so it talks about within the group practice that we will be embarking on over the next couple of weeks. So it's the focus will be building confidence for adolescent social anxiety support and the group. And so just leading off with you belong, you matter, you can grow. And the ages of the group is going to be ages 13 to 17, 3 to 6 members, and it's just going to be 6 weeks for the group time. And so we start off with what is group practice? And so that's structured social work intervention. Members work together for shared goals, building safety and trust, encouraging each other, developing coping and social skills. And I will be the facilitator guiding the group and monitoring their process. And then we go into our intervention strategies here. And so we're going to be focusing on CBT. So using CBT, we are going to be challenging negative thoughts and unhelpful thinking. And CBT stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. And then moving on to coping skills. So breathing, grounding, relaxation, anxiety management, the communication skills, gradual exposure, and then peer modeling. And so those components will be our intervention strategies. And within the third section are group dynamics. So the peer support and cohesion, the quiet or withdrawn members, the dominating members, fear of judgment, difficulty participating, resistance to exposure during the activities. And so it's important that the group dynamics are identified and as possibilities, being able to address them before they reach to that level or experiencing them during our time. So it's important to have these listed here. And so moving on to our fourth area of this infographic, there's 3 potential issues and how to address them. So issue 1 being the avoidance or silence from group members. And so that's an opportunity to normalize anxiety, use gentle prompts, offer participation choices, model expected behaviors, reinforce effort, never shame participants during this if I experience this during our group sessions. Issue two, microaggressions. So I would want to address them immediately, explain potential impact, reinforce group norms, encourage respectful language, practice cultural humility, and also challenge stereotypes and assumptions. So just making sure that it is a supportive environment when these do arise. Issue number 3 could be safety concerns. So I would want to monitor emotional changes, assess safety concerns, follow agency protocols, explain confidentiality limits, connect youth to supports, community resources, things of that nature, make referrals when needed, and follow up as well. My role as a social worker is, again, creating a safe environment, protect privacy and dignity, monitor group dynamics, encourage participation, that challenge personal biases, promote equitable services, support self-determination, evaluate progress and outcomes as well. And so moving on to the 6th area is the ethics and justice. So respect individual differences, address barriers to services, protect confidentiality, obtain consent and assent, promote fair treatment, and then obviously for sure at all times following the Nassau ethical standards, excuse me. And then number 7, Christian the Christian worldview. So with that, treating each youth with dignity, practice compassion and humility, serve without judgment, recognizing individual worth, advocate for fairness, respect each other's personal beliefs or values or perspectives, and then not, of course, not to impose personal religious beliefs or amongst peer-to-peer. And so that ongoing, moving on to the last part, is the evaluation part of the group session that will be conducted. So that pre and post group anxiety ratings through weekly anxiety thermometer ratings, coping skills demonstrated, communication skills practice, exposure activities completing those on that during the check-ins, participant feedback and reflections, facilitator observations, and also progress toward individual goals. And so just making sure that evaluating that throughout the time that we are meeting as a group is going to be essential to identifying outcomes and possible things that we can promote or change for the next group sessions. And so the key message for this group would be avoidance, the understanding and normalizing those feelings that may come about, coping, learning how to, when those things do arise, when those emotions arise or challenges arise, we learn teaching and learning skills and implementing different strategies of how to cope and be able to function and have that self-sufficiency component to the well-being of someone's life. And then in term that overall future goal is to have that confidence. So building self-sufficiency and belief in themselves, and be able to then lastly participate and engage in life, relationships, and building upon that. And so those small steps today make the big changes tomorrow. And so it's important during this group session, as the bottom infographic is showing, is empowering adolescents to manage social anxiety, build skills, and live with a greater confidence. And so I have my references here as well. And so I just want to say thank you for your time in presenting my infographic for my group practice. Thank you so much.